Though, with some background on President Biden promising this response after the three U.S. service members were killed in a drone strike in Jordan. So we'll go through it here on the maps just for a moment. The Pentagon in that news conference and briefing said more than 40 troops were injured. Happened at a support base. As you see it here, it's called Tower 22. Now, Tower 22 is not very far from the border in Jordan for both Iraq, see the border with Iraq, and Syria on this side of it. The U.S. saying that militants backed by Iran were responsible for all of this. You look at Tower 22 here in more detail in what we're talking about. One of the things I want to point out right off the bat, the 34 injured was just updated. The Pentagon says that number there is 40 plus, but they hit the living quarters, 350 people stationed at that base. There reportedly now have been U.S. troops that have been attacked 150 times since the war began October the 7th. Now, that includes attacks, you see them here. It really takes up this entire map we have, whether it's Syria, off the coast of Yemen. You've had the attacks in Iraq, which we see up there. But the one on Sunday, this drone strike we're talking about, it's the first time that American troops have been killed. So that's why we're talking so much about it. And here is the numbers in total. Again, said more than 150. It's 160 plus. To News Nation's Evan Lambert now live at the White House for more on all of this. All right, Evan, what are we learning today?
Connell, certainly, as you mentioned it, the first attack with U.S. service member deaths, a grim milestone. We just learned at the Pentagon briefing the identities of those U.S. Army Reserve soldiers who were killed in that one-way drone attack. Their names are Sergeant William Rivers, 46 years old, Specialist Kennedy Sanders, 24, and Specialist Breonna Moffett, 23. They are all based out of Fort Moore, Georgia, and they were there in that region in Jordan, specifically at that installation, Tower 22, to support the ongoing effort to make sure that ISIS is under control in that region and does not resurge in that region. The deputy press secretary at the Pentagon, Sabrina Singh, saying that people were in their beds when this drone attack happened. She would not confirm, though, the reporting that's been out there for a few hours now that there was some confusion over whether or not that attack drone was friend or foe, and that is what in part led to the fact that that drone was able or not taken out by the air defense systems in the region. And that's something that we are working to confirm independently. The Pentagon, the White House would not confirm that today. We do know, though, that number of troops, as you mentioned, Connell, is up to 40 plus injured in that attack. Several have been transported and will get care in Germany, on a base in Germany. But really, the options now are with President Biden, who is weighing the U.S. response to this deadly attack, the first deadly attack, and has met now with his national security team twice. Here's the White House spokesperson John Kirby on what that response may look like. They are not going into specific details as the president weighs these options.
He's weighing the options before him. As he said yesterday, we will respond. We'll do that on our schedule, in our time, and we'll do it in the manner of the president's choosing as commander-in-chief. We'll also do it fully cognizant of the fact that these groups, backed by Tehran, have just taken the lives of American troops.
And you heard Kirby there blame Iran, saying that they are behind these militant groups, and the militant group specifically that led to this deadly drone attack. The Pentagon giving a little bit more information this afternoon about that, saying that this all has the hallmark of Kataib Hezbollah, that specific group, but saying that a final assessment on that specific group and their responsibility for this attack has not been totally determined. Connell?
All right, Evan, thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Just go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.